What's up, everybody? Welcome to Faded Talks podcast, where we keep it strictly barbershop talk. I'm Bobby, alongside Terrence, Jamar. We got our special guest, Jehan Gordon-Booth, here today. Um, this episode is sponsored by Luxury Beard Butter, where it keeps your beard nice and crisp.
The luxury your beard deserves.
I told you. All right, man, let's get right into it, man.
Welcome, Ms. Jehan. Before we get started,
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. 92 District, right?
92nd District.
92nd District.
That's it.
She is a legend, y'all. She's from Peoria,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Born and raised.
Born and raised.
Heard people. Some people call you the goat.
The GOAT.
I was like, okay.
She's what Peoria is, y'all. We're very, very happy to have her here today. So
Listen, it's an honor. It's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
appreciate you.
thank you. If you don't mind, I want to do a questionnaire. Right
Sure.
off the bat, so I got my baseball on, so I ain't throwing fastballs, I'm throwing curveballs.
I can do either.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's see if you can make some decisions. First question. What's the best sandwich?
Best sandwich is a BLT.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Not a
Uh,
Basic. You know, Avani's. I do love an Avani's, but because I do Avani's all the time.
Okay, I got
What
you.
about La Gondola?
No,
You ever had it?
I'm gonna be honest with you, the La Gondola bread.
The bread, yeah.
The bread is
yeah.
bread is very tasty. It has a
Yeah.
sweeter
It is
consistency. It's a little bit softer,
Yes.
but I still have to go with the OG gondola from Avani's.
I'll ask y'all another time. This is about her.
Okay.
My bad.
Apples or oranges?
Definitely apples.
Can't put peanut butter on an orange.
Exactly, and that is a delicacy when you're trying to get the protein in.
Boom.
What's the scariest animal?
For sure, snake. My grandmother used to be afraid of snakes. I wasn't afraid of snakes. Literally, the moment my grandmother died, the fear of snakes like jumped out of her body and spirit and jumped in me. Definitely afraid of snakes.
What's your favorite action movie?
Favorite action movie would probably be like Die Hard. I'm a big 90s
1,
kid.
2, or with a vengeance?
Definitely first and second.
First and second?
First and second, yes. It's a good Christmas movie, good action movie.
Yeah. It's a Christmas movie?
Why is it a Christmas movie?
Because it came out
Because
during
it
Christmas.
came out during Christmas,
That's the
and,
only reason
and
why.
during the movie, they're celebrating Christmas.
Okay.
Like that's a piece of an element within the show. Like there's the lights, there's some
I
trees.
always heard that. They would say it's a Christmas movie. I'm
Yes.
like, why is it a Christmas movie? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, earliest memory.
Ooh.
Eee.
I know you ain't got to go back too far,
You know,
being 22 and all.
See, here's the thing. I'll
said-
take that
Right.
times 2. See, interestingly enough, like my daughter, she thinks that she remembers everything. We just have so many pictures now
Yeah.
that she
My
thinks
daughter does.
that she remembers so much stuff that she really doesn't remember. She just has
Mhm.
help, right, via the
Mhm.
photos. Obviously, but when I came along, my parents it was like 80s, things had gotten difficult. So there were no pictures. So when I think about my earliest memories, they really are a recollection of what I've heard people say. My oldest brother, Lydell, always would tell me these stories about how he was supposed to be babysitting me,
Mhm.
and he found me outside in the driveway eating rocks.
Mm.
And I was like 3 years old. And so in my mind, I can picture me eating rocks in the driveway
Right.
at 3 years old on
Okay.
Kickapoo Lane. Yes.
Uh,
Shout out to Lydell.
first concert.
Ooh, and I know it. It was, I'm such an old head. It was New Kids on the Block and Vanilla Ice.
That was here.
Peoria
I
Civic
remember
Center.
that. I remember that.
At the Peoria Civic Center.
Was Hammer here?
And
too?
MC
Hammer.
Hammer was the headliner.
Yep, I remember
Yes.
that. I remember
Yes.
that. Remember, I'm
Yes.
older than you, John.
Yeah, my mama took me. My mom took. Listen, I didn't go by myself.
Yeah.
My mother
I
took me.
remember that concert.
Yes, I was like first grade,
Yep.
and I was, and I loved
Wow.
New Kids on the Block, loved Hammer,
Vanilla
and
Ice.
nobody knew who Vanilla Ice was.
They did.
Vanilla Ice, he was the opener.
Yes, he was.
That
No
was
one-
a banger show right there.
No,
Right?
I remember my cousin Charles told me, he said, man, this white boy, man, Vanilla Ice is hard, man. He's cold.
He
Vanilla
was
Ice.
yeah. before him.
I remember that.
Yes,
Right.
I should. No, I can't say that because M is a real lyricist, and Vanilla Ice clearly is not. So
We gonna get into
no
this.
disrespect to
We gonna
him.
get into
No disrespect to
We
him.
gonna get into this today. I can't wait. Keep going, there. Let's go.
Have you ever gotten somebody's autograph? And who?
ugh, I try to be cool. Like when I'm in spaces, like there are times where I want to, but I always, I'm always like, "Nah, I'm gonna be cool. I'm
All
not
right,
gonna be
let me do this.
So let me say this, there are absolutely times where I wish that I would have, but in those moments, I'm always trying to not be a fan or trying to make people feel comfortable and not feel like they have to be on. Cause I get it,
Now,
you know what I mean? But who I wanted to ask an autograph from was probably Magic.
ooh, out of there.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would ask that.
All right,
So,
being that you the GOAT, have you gave somebody your autograph?
Yeah, it's crazy. I always say I'm not famous. They say
so we can
it's
get
always a kid.
we can get this on.
Stop.
Ah.
It's a kid, and I always will say, you don't say no.
Right.
I always say this is worth nothing, but here you go. Yeah.
Favorite smell?
Oh, anybody that knows me knows that I'm a perfume head,
Mhm.
right? And so, it's one of my favorite gifts to give people. And so there is no one. People always ask me, "What's your favorite?" I don't have a favorite. I have too many to have a favorite, but I think that fragrance, perfume, cologne, it's really like aromatherapy.
Okay.
And when you work in a stressful line of work like I do,
Mm.
you always have to have those things that center you.
You perspirate. and-
Yes, that make you feel
Yeah.
calm,
Yeah.
right? And
That's
so,
right.
but so let's just do this because I want to answer the question. If there's a favorite note, not even a perfume, if there's a favorite note, I think one of my favorite notes would probably be, a few of them would be vanilla, saffron, and I love a good cedar.
Okay. Least favorite smell?
Definitely when I'm driving on the highway and I can tell a skunk had done its business.
Roadkill.
I cannot stand it. And the crazy thing is I know the smell, but my family doesn't. I'm always like, oh, there goes. My parents were from the South.
Mhm.
We always used to drive down South every summer. And so I just know those smells so deeply. But when I'm in a car, I'm like, oh my God, there's a skunk. And my family's like, where? I'm like, it's permeating the entire car.
Oh man, it
So-
takes your breath away.
It does.
I drive every day.
Yes.
We're from in the South. Just real quick. Sorry.
Come on now.
It's 16. All right.
I'm 16.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, a hot dog's a hot dog. A hot dog's in a class of its own.
One, you can only listen to one song for the rest of your life. Now,
Ooh.
when you don't have to listen to it all day, every day, but when you go to listen to music, this is the song that you
One song
Mhm.
until death.
That's so unfair. I know.
Okay,
That's
so
why I'm
if
asking you.
it's until death, I gotta walk backwards, forward, and I gotta go spiritual with it,
Okay.
right? If I'm gonna go that route, I would say because it's the only one I can listen till the end. And the end is the end, and I don't want to be listening to hip hop in the end or R&B
Or R&B.
or
There you
R&B,
go. There you
right?
go. There you
So if it's the only one until the end, I'm gonna go with Yolanda Adams. Open Up My Heart.
Okay.
Alone in the Room. It's just me and you. Yep.
Okay, R&B. Your R&B song. Since we're gonna go
Ooh,
there.
R&B. There's so many good ones. I would probably go Luther Superstar.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, let me ask this question. Since it's Jay-Z weekend, are you a Jay-Z fan?
Hovenger for life. 100%.
See, I got the New York.
Yes.
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 So, what do you think? Do you think Drake could do something like this?
Yes.
You think he could?
100%.
You think he could
100%.
do
Yeah.
what Jay-Z like? This is like.
Like this meaning Yankee Stadium, 3 nights,
Yeah.
sold out. Could Drake do that?
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. And to me, there is no question. For me, there's Hove and there's everybody else.
Okay.
Right? But could Drake do? Yes. Drake is by far the GOAT for a lot of younger millennials and that generate like Gen Alpha. He's a lot of their GOATs. And so me, I'm an OG millennial. So for myself, a lot of Gen Xers, Hove is definitely our GOAT. But yeah. Drake has a catalog that is almost unmatched only by Hove.
So Hove.
Okay.
Hove over Biggie.
Hove over everybody. Hard. It's hard. And here's the thing. Hear me out. It's hard to compare someone who only had two albums to someone who has had a 30-year career.
Right.
So when you think about Pac, you think about Biggie, you think about Nipsey, their time was cut so short.
Right.
that It's hard to put them in a category with somebody who's been able to do it at the highest level for 30 years.
But that being said, if those two guys were three, but I'm gonna say Biggie and Pac
Yep.
had never died,
Yes.
we might not even know who Jay-Z is.
We might not.
I'm just saying,
But
Jamar.
as Kanye said,
I do love Jay-Z.
but as Ye said, we'll never know.
That's true.
We'll never know.
We'll never
I
know.
do love Jay-Z.
I only got 3 left, so we
Okay.
can move on.
Yes,
He
let's
ready.
go. I'm enjoying this.
Window or aisle?
Who?
Window or aisle?
Oh, for sure the window.
Window.
Yes. For sure
Cats
the
or
window.
dogs?
Dip. What? Dogs.
Hey,
Dogs. And I don't have either. I don't have time. I might as well have another kid.
Your daughter doesn't want a dog?
What? I hope she doesn't see this. She wants a dog
Gotta
bad.
get her a dog.
Bro, who's gonna take care of it?
She will. That's teacher.
She will not. Listen. My father-in-law passed away
Uh-huh.
during the pandemic. On his deathbed, he went to my husband. He was like, "Can you take care of my dog?" And he took care of that dog with every ounce of his being.
Uh-huh.
With a hospice home for the dog.
Right.
There was a lot. Okay, it was the end. Right, we didn't get the cute, jumpy.
Right.
You know, it was the hospice. We were hospice for that dog.
Oh, okay.
So I had an opportunity to see what my daughter would do in that element, and
It wasn't it.
that was not it.
She's
That was
not
it.
impressed.
And so that was not. She did not
You gotta
give.
give her a second chance, though.
Listen, listen. My sister-in-law, she did the same thing. Right, about a year ago, they got a dog, and she was like, "I should have done this. This is not my job."
It's another kid.
I just don't have the bandwidth to take on a responsibility. Like, man,
Got you.
when you think about going out of town,
You gotta
you
get
gotta
it.
board it. But I
Whole
do,
district.
but I do love dogs. I think that dogs have such a loving, loyal spirit,
Mhm.
and I'm a loyal to the soul kind of girl.
Right,
And
right.
so I do love the loyalty of dogs. That's why a cat I could never fool with a cat. They slick, they
Man.
conniving.
I love them.
They go up on
Do
the
you?
floor.
I love them.
You say you love cats?
Mhm.
Wow.
They ain't playing none of your games. They ain't with it. They not with it. I'm not going in there. I'm not eating no penny. They ain't playing no games.
Dogs eat anything.
They ain't trying to get
That
it.
is
First,
funny.
okay.
They just come up to you and randomly just hit you though. Like
For
just,
no reason.
Hey, sometimes
Sneak up
life
from
hits
behind
you.
Yeah, I had a cat before too, and it just was not the same. I love dogs. I love dogs. I just think that they require a lot. And I will tell you this though, in a different season of our lives, my husband has already like made the case, and I'm with him. He wants a German Shepherd,
Okay.
but at a different season of our lives
Gotcha.
is when he wants to
Things
take
slow
that
down
route.
a little bit.
Yes, slow down. Like he wants a German Shepherd. They're smart, they're protective. That's what he wants.
Well, I was going to say the last question, but I'll just ask now. 5 words to describe the rest of your life.
5 words: love, loyalty, family, honor, integrity.
Thank you.
Boom.
All right, we can move on.
That was right on the spot too. That was crazy.
Good.
Guiding principles.
That's what's
Real
up.
easy.
So I got a question.
Yes.
All right. I got 2 questions really. For people that may not know, what is exactly that you do for the district?
Yes.
92 district.
So, I view the role of a state representative in a multitude of ways, right? There are some people that just view the job from an element or an aspect of you're elected to represent, right? Represent your community in the state legislature. And that consists of making sure that you're listening to your constituents' issues, to the businesses, to the organizations. You're listening to their fears, their hopes, their concerns. And the goal is you want to draft policy, right, to try to change the material conditions of your community for the better. You also are working on policies that you see that could have an even greater impact, maybe even outside of just your community. I believe your job is to also find where there are holes and gaps in the community and bring resources back to the community. Your role is you vote on legislation. We have a committee process. Then you have like the larger floor process where everyone is partaking in voting on legislation up or down. Then you are also, engaging in the budget. And so you want to make sure that the schools, the roads, economic development activities, and all the like are happening in your community. One of the roles that I take on, because I love Peoria, I had a lobbyist. She's retired now. She was an older woman, and she had been around for a long time. And about 10 years ago, she came to me and she says, I really enjoy, and she's not even from Peoria, she's from like Decatur. She said, I really enjoy watching you work. I said, oh, you know, I was honored. I said, thank you. She said, I really can tell that you are in love with your community. She said, and watching you is like watching a real love affair with your
That's dope.
community. And what she was talking about was all the events and the programs and things that I do
Because you everywhere.
in the community. They really aren't necessarily, you don't have to do those things. Like you have to vote on bills, you have to vote on legislation, you have to vote on the budget. But I really do try to take it to another level in representing this community because one, I was born and raised here. This community made me. This community made my family. The family that I came from, it made my husband's family, which is now my family too. But this community believed in me. You know, as a very, very young person, wanting to, you know, step into a leadership role. This community believed in me long before I had the ability to do the things that I can do for the community now. The community, they put some faith in me. They made an investment in me. And so I've always wanted to make Peoria feel like that investment was worth it and that I was worth the investment, right? And so I keep wanting to pay it forward, not just for that initial investment in me and believing in me, but wanting to make sure that we have an environment where other people coming behind me, right? Because this isn't a job forever, but wanting to make sure that Peoria has an opportunity to really be successful.
So that's a good question. That was a good thing that you said. 2 minutes. How long do you plan on continuing to do this?
It's a good question. I don't know. You know, I feel like I still have a couple big things that I really want to do.
Care to share?
I will. I will. I will.
Exclusively on here.
Right.
All right.
I have a couple things that I really want to do, and I'm very excited about them. And so those to do big things, oftentimes folks, particularly people who are like new to the game, they oftentimes believe that, oh, I had this idea, it should happen right now. And big things take a long time. It is not microwave, get it done quick, kind of a place, right? Government takes time. It really requires you to lock in and for you to be persistent, for you to work through the challenges, because anything real is going to have its challenge, right? That just comes with the job. And so obviously I've done a lot of things, but one of the big things that I am really building out right now is, I don't know if you all are familiar with the Illinois Film Tax Credit, but there's so you all are familiar with like the Chi and Chicago.
Love the shot. Love the shot.
Right? So there are all of these shows right now that are being filmed largely in the city of Chicago because Illinois has one of the best film tax credits in the country. A lot of people don't know that. We have one of the best and top 3. And right now, a lot of folks that are in the film space, they're leaving California. Hollywood has gotten so expensive.
Right.
And not just like the shows that I named before, but you would be surprised at the amount of film and television shows that are filmed in Chicago, but not just Chicago, across Illinois. I want Peoria to be in the game in the Illinois film space. I want television shows, I want movies to be shot in Peoria. And hear me out. Oftentimes when you shoot in Chicago, Chicago becomes another character, right? It becomes a part of the backdrop, like the Chi. Like even though the Chi is not a technical character, the Chi, the Chicago is a piece of the Chi, right? It's the backdrop, right? Everything is set in Chicago. It's based off Chicago. Right. Chicago PD, Chicago Med, Chicago Fire. All of those shows have Chicago centered as like a theme. But most of the time, the movies that are shot in Chicago, there is no real. There can be, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be centered in Chicago. The reason why that is being shot in Chicago is because of that film tax credit. Here's the play, though. Here's the play. Peoria is every town USA. Peoria is far more like most other American cities than Chicago would ever be.
It's true.
Think about what we have here. We have
John,
water.
Hold that thought. We can come back to it. We need to take a break real quick and we'll come back.
Got it.
Yo, Jamar, let me get some of that luxury beer butter.
First of all, you need to have a beard in order to get luxury beard butter. But come on over, bro. I'll show you something. Luxury beard butter. The luxury your beard deserves. Leaves your beard soft, manageable, shine last days. Go and get you one now.
Okay, y'all, we back here. Faded Talks with Jehan. You left off with the tax something.
The Illinois Film Tax Credit, yes.
Okay.
One of the top 3 in the nation tax credits. And at the end of the day, Peoria needs to be in the game, right? We brought in $857 million.
We need some
And
of that.
we need a piece of
We need
that.
some of that.
We need a piece of that right here in Peoria, in central Illinois, Greater Peoria. We need a piece of that $857 million to make sure, one, we need the revenue, right? We want more revenue coming into our community that is about business, that is not coming from the taxpayer, that it is revenue positive for our community. But I would really love the idea of young people who want to have a creative career, feeling like you can stay right here in Peoria, that you don't have to go to LA, you don't have to go to Chicago or Atlanta.
Staying on somebody's couch.
Yes, to have a creative career. And I'm excited about this opportunity. I've already situated some investments so that we can bring this opportunity to fruition. I've had meetings with the Motion Pictures Association, with some other leaders in this community.
That's
Good luck.
They're excited about it. And so, listen, exclusive to you
Appreciate
guys.
that.
Hey.
So yeah, we, I acted a little bit, back in the day.
Okay.
Let's see
Get
something.
in your bag.
Let's see something real quick.
That right there.
Okay, you'll get in your acting bag. Listen, I think it's a great opportunity,
Right.
not just for young people, but for anybody who is looking to transition
Mhm.
into a new field, into a new career. I think it'll be great for the restaurant industry, the
Definitely.
hotel industry,
Barbers.
for barbers. You
Yeah.
always need barbers on set.
I'm trying to get John
You
B
need-
to get his haircut for this the Soul Fest.
Did you put it out there?
I did.
Tag 'em?
I DM'd them and they said his messages can't receive messages right now. I said, dang.
Okay, next best thing. Who do you know that knows him?
Man, I hollered at Dre. I said, Dre, do whatever you can. Whoever's bringing this guy in, let them know.
So here's what you got to do. You got to hit Robert Johnson,
Robert Johnson. Okay.
right? Hit Robert Johnson. Hit Emily Cahill. Hit
I think that's who Dre hooked me up with, Emily.
Yeah,
he sent the message out to her.
hit Emily Cahill, Robert Johnson, and then hit. Don't forget Alma Brown.
Yeah,
Okay.
almost big.
Those are all OG plug thugs,
Okay.
and
I
they are
love it.
always in the mix whenever the Soul Fest folks are coming in. So I'll throw a kite out too for you.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah.
need to work out too, I got him. So if you need a little fitness.
And you touched on something about basically bringing more wealth to Peoria.
Yes.
A lot of things that come along with that residual effects is, like, I work at CAT. A lot of CAT talent is leaving because they feel like there's nothing in Peoria.
Mhm.
They're going to Chicago.
Yep.
So you give people incentive to
Yes.
stay here and
Yes.
keep a lot of the talents here.
Yes. And here's the thing, like, you want to communities that are growing are communities that are thriving,
Mhm.
right? Thriving in the sense of culture, of arts, of entertainment, quality of life, things to do. People, no longer are we living in a day where people just want to go to work, come home.
Mhm.
That's not.
That's over with.
It's a wrap for that. If it's a growing community, there will be things to do, things to engage in the evenings,
Yeah.
on the weekends, for the adults and for kids. Like, so if you want a thriving community, you have to be thinking about those things that make your community attractive, that make your community far more livable.
Yeah. And thank you for the Top Golf thing that we got to learn.
Y'all like it?
Yeah, I love it. I love
Good,
it. Yeah. So,
good. Another piece.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's really just about putting the pieces on the chessboard
Mhm.
to really put Peoria in a position to be strong and be thriving. Another important piece that really just came online. I don't know if you all have been out to the new stadium and the new dome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I
That was the
drove- I
piece.
Yeah.
passed.
A piece
Yeah.
that was a piece me and Senator Kaler and I collabed on to make sure I was at my husband, when he was many moons ago, before he was Dr. Booth, he was Coach Booth.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
Shout out
Derek
to
Booth.
Manuel.
What's up?
shout out to my boo. And so he took me to so one of the things as a coach, you would have to, he was a basketball coach, but you would have to work a couple of the football
Yep.
games.
Mhm.
And I remember going to the stadium with him because I hadn't been in a long time, had no reason to. And
I don't blame you.
I couldn't believe it.
It's horrible.
It was so raggedy. I'm like, oh my God, it was the ceiling was leaking. I called Sharon. I said, Sharon, Dr. Karat. I said, Doc, we got to do something about this.
Right.
This is not cool. Friday night lights.
Yeah.
This is not the vibe. And she's like, I know, Rep. Like, get us some money. Sharon, don't play. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm on it. And so Senator Kaler and I, we collabed on that and made sure that we got a new beautiful stadium for our families to come out. When your children,
attractive, yeah.
you know, it's a good look for Peoria. So we want our kids playing on some of the best stuff that's out there to turf. But then the real kicker is the opportunity right behind the stadium, which is the dome. And what made me excited about the dome was the fact that what Louisville Slugger is doing in terms of bringing opportunities to the community from, again, hotels, restaurants.
It's booming out there.
So it's popping.
It is.
So many of my colleagues from across the state, you already know what's happening with like travel sports.
Yes.
Whether it's volleyball,
Yes,
soccer,
yeah.
baseball, cheerleading.
Cheerleading.
Their kids they're coming to Peoria and they're staying in our hotels, they're eating at our restaurants because of Louisville Slugger, and they're always packed. And so I knew that that domed opportunity is good for our kids. It provides them another avenue to be able to, you know, remain connected to athletics. But what it also does is it becomes a money generating opportunity for the school district, because now they can use it for their students. They also could rent it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Is it open right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So it becomes a money generating opportunity for the school district, so that, right? So everything doesn't have to always rely on the tax dollar.
Yep.
It's an opportunity to create some more sustainability with some of our ideas that we're bringing to bear.
Dope.
Speaking of that, Jehan, what you're in so many different things. What gets you going? What motivates you to be you?
It's a good question. I would say I was raised by a really dope woman.
Mhm.
A really dope woman. Annie Jo Gordon.
Shout out to Miss Annie Jo. Boy.
God rest her soul.
Everybody know Miss Annie Jo, man.
Yeah, she was amazing. She
She
was.
was.
And you know what? And like when my colleagues, they hear like these things about her, they was like, oh man, she was a mover and shaker. She was powerful. She was this. She was just a community builder.
Yes.
Right? Like she wasn't famous. She wasn't loud. She would never wear a purple suit. Right? She was very meek and mild mannered, but she believed in she believed in God, she believed in her family, and she believed in her community. And she worked hard on all those things to the day she had a massive heart attack and left this world at 68 years old. And so for me, I was raised by a woman who was just like so rooted in the things that really matter. And I lost my mom in my 20s. And it sucks losing your mom that early in your life and that early in your career. But
you still, they talk about the age 18, all they want. 18 ain't nowhere near grown.
it is not.
It's not.
It is not. It is not. But what I will say though is that, you know, when you deal with loss, and our family unfortunately has had to deal with a lot of loss in our lives, one of the good things that comes from loss is it teaches you what's important. You don't take things for granted. You don't get lost in the sauce on things that really don't matter. And it teaches you to hold on to the joy of life, because hard times are coming.
Yeah.
They're coming, right? And it's about making sure that you are doing the things that actually matter. So for me, when you say the things I'm involved in the things that I choose to be involved in. I want to be in all the things that I like lean into. It's because I want to be there.
Gotcha.
You think
I want to see it be better.
And you can tell when you're there, you're actually like engaged. You're not just sitting back and just letting
Present.
everything.
It's my joy. It really is it's a joy. It's a joy. I see the difference of like what it means. I know what communities look like when they're invested in, when the leadership is really tapped in on them and working together with the community, with the businesses, with, you know, all the groups. I know what that looks like. I know what it looks like for a community not to be invested in, for people not to care, for people not to be engaged. I know what that looks like. And so for me, while I'm doing this, I'm gonna be locked in the entire time. on every level, and I'm gonna go hard. And when I'm tired of going hard, I'm out.
Yeah, that's well said. That's incredible. So, do you think about doing anything else besides? Can you want to step up and maybe do something bigger than what you're doing now?
So I have been asked to do a lot of things. I've been asked to do a lot of things, certainly in this political realm. But what I would say is I definitely will always keep the doors open.
Okay.
But for me, I have had to, because of, again, and I don't want this to be like a Debbie Downer, right, sort of thing, but I have a daughter right now. I have a daughter and a son.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter she just turned 12,
Mm-hmm.
going on 19.
Mm.
It is, we're at
Three of 'em.
that phase.
Yeah, she's not gonna like you for a little while. She'll come back though.
That's what I hear.
No, she'll come. Yes,
she's
it's gonna be rough.
Yeah, the waves are coming.
Yeah.
The waves are coming. I love her to death.
Is she a little you?
She is.
Yeah, so you're getting it back, ain't
That's
you?
what everybody says. That's what everybody says. And so my daughter is 12,
Mhm.
and then my son, he's my stepson, but we don't use the word step.
No, we don't know.
We don't use step. Like, that's my baby. I love him to death. I love him like he's mine.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do. I grew up in a family. I grew up in a blended family, and people will, like, all my siblings will tell you, like, we don't do step. We don't do half.
No.
My mom made sure everybody was family.
Yep.
Everybody got treated with love, with respect. Chancellor's my baby. He has a beautiful mother. That's his bio mother. We get along great, but that's my son, and I love him. I love him to death.
Beautiful.
He's a great young man. I'm so proud of him. He's in the military.
That's what's up.
And so having children, this work takes a lot out of you. Okay, and you got to be able to lock in.
Mm-hmm.
And we only get 24 hours in a day.
Mm-hmm.
And the level, again, and you don't want to have something that happened to you in your life that was maybe not great, lord over you. But I think that when you lose parents early, it it changes you a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You lose a part of yourself.
And so for me, I don't, as much as I love being in service and serving my community, I also know that when you decide to, like, make that jump, you better be ready to lock in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you better be ready to give up some stuff. And one thing I'm not willing to give up right now is being a mom. I'm not willing to give up being a mom, being a wife at the level that I'm able to do it right now. And so I need my daughter to get a little bit older, right? I do.
Right.
I need her to get just a little bit older so that, I know that, like, that my imprint, right? That, because again, my mom was a dynamic, beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
If my mom, and I think about this a lot, if my mom would have taken every single opportunity that came before her, my mom left me at 26.
Right. That's a short time.
It's a short time, but she gave me so much.
So much.
She gave me so much in 26 years. And so I try not to allow that to be like
Your focus,
the cloud of my life, but I do feel like, man, you don't know.
Right.
Right? My mother was never sick. She literally never spent a day in the hospital in my life. Wow. And then she just died. And so,
oh, wait.
Yes, it's a real thing. It's a very real thing. And so I don't want to regret anything. And so I'm gonna just move like that, right? When it feels right, that's when I'm gonna go.
Speaking of that, real quick, Jehan.
Sorry for going over.
No, you fine. Which one is better, being a daughter or being a mother?
Oh, for sure, being a mother. It's so much more difficult, but it's also so much more rewarding.
I agree.
Right? It's so much more rewarding being a parent.
Yes.
Like, are you all parents?
Yeah.
Isn't it the best?
It's the best thing ever.
Yes. And you think about, like, what in the world was I doing?
Being a daughters are the best. Like, you got the girls are they difficult?
Yeah.
They trying, but they're dope. I love it.
See, I love seeing how daughters have been on my husband. Right. So being a dad, he's been a dad a long time. Right. So DJ, God rest his soul.
Shout out to DJ.
We lost DJ at 22. And then Chance, who's now 23.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to watch him be a father of young men.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched him be a coach of young men. for many, many years. And
Right.
you really, coach, you're like
Your
a
dad.
dad,
Yeah,
right? You're an
yeah.
extension of dad.
100%.
And listen, his guys still call him today.
Yep.
Derek hasn't coached in over a decade,
Yep.
right?
That's
been
that
out-
lets you know the effect.
For sure. It's been over 10 years.
Can he?
Wow.
This ain't been at home.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Derek stopped coaching because he became the director of social emotional learning for the district. And he did that for like a year and was coaching. And it was too much. So he really dedicated his time to building out the wraparound center and all that they were doing in the community. So he just focused on that and being a district administrator, and then start working on his doctorate at Bradley. It was, it was doing all those. So you can't do,
No.
again, you got to lock in
pick.
and decide what you're going to focus on. And so you really become, like I said, you become an extension of people's parents as a coach. But watching him be the father of a little girl,
It's different. It hit
she got
different.
him wrapped. She got him so wrapped.
They do, man. They're like, and I have a granddaughter too now, so
Okay.
she's even worse than my daughter. So
Oh.
she can call Pop anytime she gets whatever she wants. It doesn't matter, but yeah.
My husband does not tell my daughter no.
Oh, what for?
I would love to get Derek on here about mental health.
You know what? He would be, in his role, he's over like 44 different facilities throughout, not just Peoria, but like the central Illinois area. He's seeing so much stuff from mental health, addiction, like, the real things that are having a real impact, not just on our community, but the community at large. I think he would love to. Yeah. And listen, like, let's be honest, Derek is somebody who, born and raised on the South Side,
Yep.
got it out the mud,
Got it out the mud.
and has literally taken the stairs
Yes.
his entire life. And so, and has had a lot of peaks and has had valleys, right? Having lost a child, having,
His dad.
his father to cancer, had a great professional life, but has literally taken the stairs the entire way. I think he would.
Well, you gotta make that
happen.
happen, John. But call him up and see if he can come.
I think I know somebody.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We'll be back here in a second. Okay, we're back here with Jehan again. We talked about a lot of good things, but I want to talk about what do you have right now that's going on? What's happening right now for you?
Oh, okay. It's always a lot going on. I always keep a lot of irons on the fire.
Okay.
Everything's burning high these days. So in January, Governor Pritzker just signed my clean slate bill. Clean slate is an opportunity. It's legislation that I worked on for about 5 years. It allows individuals. We all know people, they make mistakes, and I
Yes.
believe that people deserve, particularly for nonviolent offenses, people deserve a second chance
Definitely.
without having to deal with the bureaucracy that it means today to actually get your record expunged or sealed. So a lot of people know that in this community, I've been working on expungement and sealment for about 10 years. I used to host expungement summits. I did the first one at the Life Together Center over on Sheridan. Then it was so big, it was so packed, I took it to the Civic Center. I would organize lawyers throughout the community to then allow folks in our community to come forward and sit with a lawyer for free, get their records expunged, get them sealed, so that they
Oh, yeah.
so that they have an opportunity, right, to get back. Because if you have a record and it's hovering over your life, it challenges literally your entire, not just your life, but your family's life. Prevents you from getting jobs, prevents you from getting housing. Those are the two fundamental things that people need to be able to position themselves and their families for a good life. And so I just felt so strongly that we needed to do a better job of helping people. People, again, representing my community, people kept coming to me like, man, this is on me. I can't get a job. And I just felt so helpless for a long time. Like, man, this is crazy.
How dare you want to help people?
I'm kind of addicted to help. That's why I love my job. I love helping people. I love finding ways. So I started with that, right? I started with the Expungement Summit, but in that I realized, man, there has to be a more efficient way of helping people, because even when you would do the summits, right? like this isn't something that like the state is paying for. Like I'm raising money to pay for these summits, to pay for the civic center, to pay for food, to pay for volunteers to eat, to all that kind of stuff. But then you would still have to go through the court process that would oftentimes take 9 to 10 months. And I saw people lose faith. They would fall through the cracks. And one of the things though that I saw in that process,
Because their life still goes on.
life is stuck,
It ain't
calcified in poverty,
Mhm.
right? Permanent underclass. And so if you can't work, you can't take care of your family, you're stuck in a permanent underclass. And so I wanted to do, what I also saw though, is that I thought it was important to work with law enforcement. So I started working with the State's Attorneys Association. I started working with folks in law enforcement to say, look, I don't feel like to have a progressive idea that you have to be adversarial to everybody, right? So I sat down with people who don't necessarily always agree with these concepts. People think, oh, that's just so, you're just helping people who've committed crimes. No, what we're doing is taking a person who made a mistake. They were caught. Most time people don't get caught. These are people who have made an infraction, paid their debt to society, and have gotten in no more trouble. These are only for nonviolent offenses. And guess what? The State's Attorneys Association said, yeah, that's wise. We should help people.
Yeah.
State's attorneys statewide said we should be helping people do this. Law enforcement, the Sheriff's Association, the business community all said, yes, we should be helping people. The business community said we need more people in our workforce. We need more people who know that we're willing to, even if you've had an infraction, we're willing to look past that. We know that that doesn't make you a bad person because you made a mistake before. The sheriffs were like, listen, you know what the greatest anti-violence program is? A job. A job. Making sure people are working. Novel idea. And so obviously we had the grassroots community, Live Free Illinois, other, grassroots type organizations. So bringing all those folks together, negotiating a bill that was go figure, bipartisan. Democrats and Republicans voted to make sure that 2.2 million people in Illinois will have their records expunged without having to jump through the hoops and the bureaucracy. So that's something that's ongoing right now that I'm exceptionally excited about. Then also, so just within this last year, myself and Governor Pritzker, he got Governor of the Year. I got Legislator of the Year award. Thank you very much
How dare you?
from the Veterans Mental Health Council for work that I've been doing to bring psilocybin therapies to veterans in this state, not just our community, but across the state.
Dope.
So I've been working on that for a few years. I like to cook, bubble low, and then pop out. I don't like to do a lot of talking.
Right.
That's
That's the best way to be.
that's
You know what I mean? I like to be about that action. And so that is something that is about to come online this summer. So we're about to start seeing veterans in Illinois and bringing these psilocybin therapies that oftentimes veterans have had to leave the country, have had to go to places like Costa Rica, Jamaica, places all around the world to seek out these therapies to really be able to facilitate having a better mental health. And so I'm excited to see that we're going to be able to support veterans in a real way, that we're going to be able to make sure that clinicians are going to be trained in these therapies, particularly as the FDA looks like they're about to green light this for wider. We're not talking about recreation.
Right.
This is all medicinal,
Right.
right? And I've seen what some of these therapies can do for people.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be in a position to be able to make sure that veterans are getting access to these therapies, and hopefully the goal would be to, again, you got to move slow, right? And make sure that you are have the right safeguards, that it's, that you're doing it the right way. But honestly, the bigger goal would be this would be able to be used as a mental health therapy for people that are struggling with mental health. But again, right now we're starting just with veterans, and that's going to go this summer. So I'm really excited about that.
Even veterans, you still affecting millions.
Oh, listen,
Millions.
I love that. I love the idea. Veterans, when you think about if for folks that travel abroad, we really do have a good quality of life
Mhm.
in this country. And I don't think it is fully respected by the average person what veterans do to give us the way of life that we have.
We tell them thank you
Um,
for their service, but do we really understand what we think?
100%. And I'm telling you, there are so many veterans in our community that are so broken because of everything that they have given, and they have to experience it. Their families have to experience it. And so for people that give so much for our way of life, I think that we should be giving back a little bit more. Another area that I think that, we should be opening this up, because I don't think it'll be open to everyone immediately.
Mhm.
But I think that next area after veterans is I'd like to open this up to folks that are in the public safety space, people that are in police, people that are in fire. Again, another line of work that people don't really,
Selfless.
people don't understand.
You probably see a lot. You probably saw a lot.
Bro, I've seen so much that, you can't go home and talk about that
Mm.
because that person don't understand that. Real quick, you see somebody with their head blown off,
Mm-hmm.
or, that's not normal.
Yeah.
And you can't talk about that.
Right.
That the older you get on that job, the reason why people retire is because you can't keep taking that.
Yes,
And it becomes too much, and you start to get it takes your edge away.
man.
Yeah. And so you have to, like, hey, I got to go over here and try to reset. But,
And your humanity,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get so used to seeing it.
Because as firemen, you get taught to move on to the next call. Because I can't give somebody my best if I'm thinking about that last call.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had people that was really close to me that I had to work on, and they pass away, and then I got to move on to the next call. I haven't even healed from that.
Man.
And so it's just a lot that, and shout out to my boy Jamar for being there for me when I was going through my little stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, that stuff is real. But
Yeah,
that-
I had an officer come see me some years back. Two officers, obviously, let them remain nameless. They came to me and they were like, they met with me and they said, we think that you will understand.
Mhm.
And it was about trauma, and it was talking about the trauma that officers go through, and I heard them out, right? And we had a good meeting, and I committed to them that I would work with them on the issue that they brought to me. And what they really wanted to do was they really wanted to ensure that officers can get therapies, can seek out help without having to worry about not being able to get a promotion.
Mm.
That's a real thing, right?
a
Like
real thing.
if you're an officer
It's a real thing.
and you go out and you seek, if you go out and you seek therapy, then it goes in your jacket.
It's weakness.
Right? It goes in your jacket.
Yeah.
And so this is what they were sharing. I didn't know. They were sharing with me like, look, just because I want to go seek some help doesn't mean I don't want to be able to advance on my career.
Right.
And so if you put people in a position where either I got to suck it up and just take it, but still be able to put myself in a position to be able to, advance my own career through my own works, obviously, or potentially go and like get help and then go in my jacket. But then the next time I go up for a job opportunity,
Use it against me.
now it is used against you. And I'm like,
It
whoa,
will be used against you.
it blew my mind that was something that officers are dealing with.
Yep.
And because I had no clue. And so when they shared that with me, I'm like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And so I started working with some of our local officers to ensure that they have the ability to do peer-to-peer therapies, right?
Okay.
Where they can have, where they can go and seek counseling from other peer officers and it not have to be used against them, that they're still able to advance in their careers. Obviously, if it's something, detrimental to someone's life, etc., then yes, you'd have to share it, right? But as long as it's really just about helping that officer get through, like you said, the things that they were saying, mind you, leaving that. So I had already committed, right, to working with them, to getting this done. And it took about 2 years, but we got it done. The officer wrote me, and nobody writes things by hand.
Nope.
Wrote me a handwritten letter, Aaliyah style, 4-page letter.
Man.
Wow.
4-page letter. It took me days. It literally took me days to get through it because he was walking me through these instances. And it was so powerful. Like I could, I'm not going to share any of it, but I could visualize all of it. And I'm like, my God, like this just broken, just broken trying to hold our community together though.
Yeah.
That's
right. holding our community together.
That's so real. I can. That's real. If you bring that here to, especially for, like I said, for firemen also too.
Yeah,
Man,
public safety
that would help out
Th-
tremendously.
that's what the next goal is to position that. Right now it's veterans. Once we get through with this study, I'd like to bring it to public safety. Public safety officers, fire, police, paramedics.
Right.
They also frontliners as well. Bring it to them because of what you all are seeing, the way you all are protecting, serving our communities. I also want to see clinicians in our community that are trained in these therapies, so that when it is more widely available, that Peoria being a healthcare hub, that we become a place, we become a destination where when people are thinking about, going and seeking that help, that Peoria becomes a real viable option for people. Not just people in this community, but for people that are around the country. When they're looking at taking that journey, that Peoria is an option for them.
That's dope.
That's
so
so dope.
dope.
I'm gonna sign up for that as soon as we
I was gonna ask, so would you do it?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Because
He been waiting on this excuse.
man,
He must-
yeah, for real. Because when you retire, they talk about, your pension, set up your money this way, do this. They never talk about this.
Like, how you doing?
And so if you don't have this right, all that other stuff doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you just walking out here, you just kind of existing.
Yeah.
You feel like you don't have a purpose. So that's
real.
that's a real thing.
It's real.
That gives me a little hope.
I got a question. What do we need to pay more attention to?
So, couple things. I'm gonna sprinkle it a little both sides, right? So let me start on political front, right? I think that we're in a very, very important time, right, in this country.
Yes.
I think that we're being lulled a bit. There's so much that's happening all the time that I do believe that we are experiencing a little bit of apathy around the things that we're seeing, and we're just like, going along with it. I do think that if we want to give, we're all parents, grandparents, if we want to give our children some semblance of what our parents and grandparents gave to us, we're gonna have to tap in. We're gonna have to tap in a lot more and make sure that we are involved and engaged in the electoral process in a way, not just being a voter, but like getting very active, right? Like you are an institution. This is a barbershop. Lots of men and women are coming through here every day. These hubs and these institutions that we still have left in our communities, these have to be a place for disseminate safe spaces, but a quality place for quality information. There's so much that is coming across, not even a TV, it's these phones.
Oh yeah.
Right? No, there was a day and time when we all would watch the news and everybody got the same,
Clock.
right?
Yep.
5 o'clock news, 6 o'clock news, 10 o'clock, 60 minutes, whatever the case may be. We're not getting the same information anymore.
No.
We're not. Like our algorithms are curated to whatever it is that we believe.
Yep.
Facts.
And so the reinforcement of what we are already thinking is happening far more than we understand. There's a conditioning happening right now. And so the challenge with that is we got to be in a space. I have no problem talking to people that I don't agree with, talking to people that think completely different from me, and they are never changing their mind.
Me neither.
Because I think that you got to challenge thoughts. And if your thought can't be challenged, is it really a solid thought?
Nope.
And so I think that we're in a space right now, we should be challenging what we're seeing, right? And really pressing to make sure that we are giving our children a country worthy of inheriting.
Let them know to make sure we let happen what we were told this country stood for in the first place.
And we should be willing to fight for her. We should be willing to fight for her.
Sorry to cut you off.
And I love this country, and I'm willing to work to make her exactly who she says she is. And I believe in her.
Yeah.
And so I think that's something that we should be paying attention to right now, just on an individual basis. But there's also an initiative that I worked on starting back in 2019. So she's about 7 years old. The Workforce Empowerment Initiative. Workforce Empowerment Initiative is it's an idea, frankly, that was born in me probably 20 years ago when I was working at ICC.
You started in 08, right?
Yes, 09.
Oh, 09, sorry.
So yeah, no worries. So when I was working there, I quickly saw that there was a disconnect between what our young people were coming in there and looking to major in, and where the jobs were in our community. Major disconnect. And when you would ask people what did they want to do, really they were going to ICC because they just wanted to live a good life. They wanted to have a good job. But people had not really been guided towards, well, where are the opportunities in this community? Like I remember one young lady, I'll never forget her. She wanted to be a marine biologist. I said, okay, so you plan on moving to the coast? Plan on moving to California, San Diego?
Right.
She said, no, I want to do it here. Impossibility. And I mean, that's a gross, right? Like that's a wild one. But what I quickly saw was that when you connect people with real opportunities, a real way to feed yourself, to feed your family, they're willing to lock in to the time period to get through whatever they have to get through. With the rise of AI and the challenge that we know that's coming to the workforce, we have to stay as a community and as a people, society at large, we got to stay nimble and ready to be able to be resilient, to pivot to the next thing. And so the reason why I bring up the Workforce Empowerment Initiative is because this is not just in Peoria. This is a statewide program that I created in 2019. We have been able to take over 25,000 people out of poverty and put them in the head of household jobs, making over $60,000, $70,000, $75,000 a year, not by getting a degree, but by getting a credential.
That's what's up.
A bona fide credential that has real earning power in their community. So we are in the W.E.I. is not just in Peoria, it's in Champaign, it's in Chicago, it's in Decatur, it's in Joliet, it's in Carbondale, it's in the suburbs, it's literally in 17 community colleges across this state. And what I love about W.E.I. is we meet people where they are, right?
Yep.
If you have an issue with childcare, they help you with childcare. If you have an issue with transportation, they help you with transportation. And they're also providing you with a stipend. So I met a gentleman one night, my husband and I, we were many moons ago at a drive-through at Taco Bell. And there was a sign on the Taco Bell window, and it said hiring third shift. And this was late, Taco Bell is like one of the late night spots. It's still open around here. And so I was like, man, and this is with all due respect, because I believe there's respect and honor in all work. But I was like, man, Taco, because sometimes late night you're getting a rough clientele. Right? People leaving the club, people, just trying to get that last little meal before they lay down. And I'm like, man, and because it said third shift, great opportunity.
Yeah. And
I was like, man, who want to work at Taco Bell? Great opportunity. And my husband immediately said, somebody who got another job.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they trying to put something with another job.
Yep.
And I said, that's exactly right. And so what that said to me is, we gotta, and you know what that also says? That means that person's willing to work hard.
Yep.
That means that person's not lazy. That person just hasn't had access to an opportunity. And so what I realized is, what I've done in my work is, I'm hearing all these businesses talk about their lack of workers. They need more workers. These are good jobs. We need more workers. But you see all these people that are working jobs that are clearly willing to work hard, but they just don't know what's out there.
Right.
So what we do with W.E.I. is we take the community college, we partner them with the business community, find out where all the skills gaps are. Then they tailor the credentialing opportunities so that you can get through, not in 4 years, but in 9 months.
Oh, nice.
But in 10 months.
Nice.
Right? In 11 months, you were able to get credentialed so that people don't have 4 years before they can change their life. They need to do something in 6 months, 9 months, 10 months. And so this has been, I think, one of my greatest things that I've been able to bring to fruition, because we've been able to take over 10, and we're still in the infancy. That's including the COVID years where things went down. we've been able to take over 25,000 people out of poverty. We
That's
won national awards. There's a higher education entity out of Indianapolis. They brought us in to do a panel. They brought higher education institutions from across the country, and they said we were one of the best anti-poverty programs in the country.
That's what's up.
So I'm super excited about it, super excited to share it with you, because when you said what should we be paying attention to, I want you all to know this so that when you are in your walk of life and you're hearing somebody talk about affordability, how expensive things are, looking for another job, let them know. Go check out W.E.I. Go check out the Workforce Empowerment Initiative and see if that's something that fits you. See if that's something that fits your family, because it could be a great way for you to, again, this affordability crisis that we're all dealing with, the reality of it is, I don't know how we're going to change some of the prices. I'm open to hearing those ideas. But what I do know is we got to be putting more money in people's pockets. We got to help people get credentialed and help people to be in a position. So all these cool opportunities like the Top Golf, what we're about to do on the riverfront, some of the stuff we'll be doing in the film space, we want people to be able to afford to engage in those things as well.
Somebody gonna give me one of them Taco Bell applications.
Hey, real quick, Jehan, you have don't you got a backpack drive coming up too?
I do. I have on July 21st. I think about on July 21st, we have myself, Senator Kaler. We have our annual backpack, school supply, and health fair. We always make it really fun. We make it like a carnival, so you aren't just coming and like getting backpacks and getting physicals if your kids need them, but it's fun. We have tons of games, snow cones, cotton candy, popcorn, food. A lot of our local organizations that do work with our youth, they'll be there. So you'll be able to sign your kids up for after school activities at the beginning of the school year. So if you want to make sure that your kids are connected, not just to backpacks, supplies, health stuff, but also making sure that they have those people in their lives day to day, getting them connected to some of those after school opportunities. You can do all of that there in one day.
Perfect. That's dope.
We need to be sharing these types of things, just like we sharing something about Jay-Z doing something that don't matter to nobody.
Come on now. Come on now.
Here we go.
Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
No slander we tolerated. No whole slander tolerated.
At all. At all.
Well, thanks, Jehan, for coming on the podcast
so
for us.
great.
This was really dope.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate your
Appreciate
time.
Yes.
So that's it for y'all.
The GOAT.
See y'all next week.
Go.
Why?